Dear students, today we have to discuss the module on forms of government, in which we are going to elaborate unitary system of governments, its characteristics, merits and demerits. Unitary form of governments. In the previous class, we have discussed about the classification of government on the basis of its structure of power sharing. First category was federal system and second classification is unitary form of government. Unitary form of government is somewhat just opposite of that you have already learned in federal form of government. Unitary form of governments are characterized by as a central and centralized national governments, in which the entire territory constitute a single sovereign entity or nation state. There is no subdivisions, or there will not be any kind of units which have autonomy or which have autonomy in their own power fields. That kind of system is not there in unitary form of government. There is only single government, and that single government is meant for the entire territory. The whole sovereign power vested in that single central government. There is no subunits or there is no states which have autonomy in certain political and economic fields. The central government exercises sovereignty over the whole territory as a constitutional rights, which means that as per the constitution, the central government or the which means that there is only single government. That government or the national government has the authority or sovereignty over the whole territory as a constitutional rights, which means that the power derives from the constitution, gives the autonomy, the sovereignty to that national government. There may be autonomous subdivisions. In a unitary form of government, there may be subdivisions of a state, but these subdivisions are merely for the administrative convenience of the central government or the union government or the national government. The subdivisions in a unitary system is merely for administrative convenience. They does not have autonomy, they does not have constitutional power, they exist only at the will of the national government. In a unitary form of government, whole the authority rested in or vested with the central government or the national government. The national government makes some subdivisions within the country, but these subdivisions does not have any autonomy in power, they does not have any political power, they exist only at the mercy of national government. That is the peculiarity of unitary form of government. Unitary in its structure, there is only single and one national government. There is no subdivisions. There are subdivisions only for the sake of administrative convenience. This subdivision does not have any kind of autonomy, political power or constitutional power. They exist only at the will of that national government. Basic features of a unitary system or unitary form of government. First of all, the unitary form of government promotes concentration of power. All administrative powers are vested in single center. All the administrative and political power in a in a unitary system concentrated in a single hand, that is national government. The center is omnipotent here, is present everywhere. All the political, economic and social aspects of people in a unitary system has been controlled by or decided by that national government. That is, the national government is omnipotent. The state may be divided into small units, as I mentioned earlier. The state may be divided into small units or subdivisions for the sake of administrative and political convenience of central government. The subdivisions are there for the administrative and economic or sometimes political convenience of central government. Not the subunits does not have any kind of autonomy, they does not have any constitutional power, they does not have any political power to exercise. But units do not have constitutional status of their own. that the units or subdivisions does not have any kind of constitutional status. The powers of unit are delegated from the center. The powers which bestowed on these units are delegated by the central government or national government. The national government can take these powers back at its own will. That is the peculiarity of this or feature of this unitary form of government. Second one is that in a unitary form of government there is only single government, one and only single government is there. There is only single set of government apparatus. As we seen in the case of federalism, there is two levels of government, one is at central level and so many governments at state level. Here in unitary form of government there is only single governmental apparatus, single legislative, executive and judicial mechanism for the whole country. There is no two levels of one legislature at the center and so many legislatures at state level. Kind of a situation is not here. That is only the peculiarity of federalism. In a unitary kind of a system, there is only single governmental apparatuses. As far as legislature is concerned, there is only one legislature. Whether it is in the case of executive or judiciary, there is single governmental apparatus or single mechanism, governmental mechanism or institutions for the whole country. There is no different levels of governmental apparatuses as we have seen in the case of federal system. Then third one is that there is no need of a constitution. Constitution is not necessary for maintaining a unitary system, because presence of written or unwritten constitution or rigid or flexible constitution is not a precondition for establishing a unitary form of government. But in the case of federal system, we need a written constitution as well as rigid constitution in order to maintain the power balance. In a federal mechanism, we have been seeing some kind of power sharing, some kind of division of power between central and state governments. But in the case of unitary form of government, there is no need of a written constitution, whether it is rigid or flexible constitution. That kind of a situation is not here, because there is no question of sharing of power, or there is no question of division of power between central and states. All the power have been concentrated in the single hand, that is national government. Then there is no question of constitution, whether they have a written constitution or unwritten constitution, whether it is a rigid constitution or flexible constitution is not a question as far as the unitary form of government is concerned. Then we can move to advantages of unitary form of government. Even though a unitary form of government is just a counterpart of federal system, we can identify so many advantages, or we can resolve so many drawbacks of federalism by maintaining a unitary form of government. It is efficient. First of all, it is efficient as we comparing it with federal system, because it has uniformity of administration. In a federal system, there exists so many confusions and complexities between division of power between central and states, but such kind of complexities or confusions are not here in the case of unitary system. Therefore, it is more efficient than what you may call this federal kind of a situation. Then unitary governments can develop strong foreign policy. As far as the foreign policy and economic policy, formulation of policies and programs is concerned, unitary form of government is more stronger than federal government, because federal government has to accommodate so many interests. As I mentioned earlier, it is suitable. There are so many pluralities and diversities are there in a federal system. Then the central government has to consider so many diversified interests when formulating their foreign policy or economic policy. But in the case of a unitary system, there is only single government and one central government. Then it is very easy to make policies, particularly foreign policy or economics policy, etc. They can easily develop strong economic as well as foreign policy, etc. Which means that foreign policy formulation is much easier in unitary form of government when comparing with federal form of governments. Then unitary government creates favorable atmosphere for development of national sentiments, because what you may call this unitary form of government can promote nationalism very easily, national integration, as well as we can avoid any kind of fissiparent interests. There will not be any local interests against the omnipotent national interests. Sub-regionalism, regionalism or fissiparent tendencies can be avoided best in a unitary form of government. Unitary form of government can easily manage these local issues or regional issues or subnationalism or sub-regionalism very effectively when we are comparing it with federal kind of a situation, because such kind of complexity or such kind of plurality is not there in the case of unitary form of government. Then single and decisive legislative and executive offices make management of economy and administration easier. In a unitary form of government, there is only single legislature as well as executive mechanism. In that situation, the management of economy as well as administration is very better and effective when we comparing with the other forms of governments like federalism. Effective management of administration and economy is very useful for maintaining the national integrity, maintaining the nationality kind of a situation, and it is very effective because there is single legislative mechanism, administrative mechanism is single, there is no diversity or complexities are there, there is no two levels of government. Such kind of situation creates an effective management of economy and administration in a unitary form of government. Then it is less expensive when we comparing it with other models, because in the sense that there is no duplication of government apparatus at different levels. As we discussed earlier, the federal form of government has two levels of government, then two structures there is a replica of government mechanism and government apparatus both at central level and regional level. Here such kind of expenses are not here in the case of unitary form of government. There is only single government apparatus, no duplication of work or expense. Therefore, the public expenditure is very less in unitary form of government when we comparing it with federal form of government. It is good for handling emergency like war because decision can be taken quickly. One of the major drawback of federal system was that it is very difficult to take decision immediately. But when we come to the case of unitary form of government is much effective in handling emergency situations or crisis like situations, because they can take decision very easily without having much discussions and consultations. A unitary form of government can take frame policies and programs or take decisions very easily and quickly when we comparing it with other forms of government like federalism or something like that. Disadvantages of unitary form of government. Unitary form of government or unitary system sometimes leads to dictatorship and concentration of political power, since there is no the democratic content or in unitary system is very less. Sometimes it is called as democracy deficient system, because all the powers have been concentrated in single hand or single authority. Then diversity of interests or plurality of interests cannot be effectively accommodated in the what you may call this unitary form of government. Then there is chance of military coup. If it is in small states, there is a chance of military coup, the capturing the political power by military or something like that is very easy in unitary system, because the unitary states may be very small and the political power is concentrated in a single hand or single authority. That kind of a situation is there. Then further, it negates public opinion. Public opinion is not adequately addressed or accommodated in a unitary system, in the sense that it is in a federal system there is two levels of government is there, more and more people has been get share in political power, but in a federal unitary mechanism all the power of a national government is concentrated in single authority or national government. There is no chance for political participation of people in the deciding the political aspects of their life. Then in that sense, public opinion has less importance in unitary form of government when we comparing it with federal form of government. Then there is little form of power balance because of single legislative and executive offices. As we mentioned earlier, in a unitary form of government, there is only single legislative and executive mechanisms. In that kind of a situation, there is a little chance for access to power as far as common people is concerned. In a federal mechanism, there are two levels of government, different levels of government are there. More and more people has the chance to access to power. Such kind of a situation is not here because there is only one level of government and the power is concentrated in that single authority. There is no chance of a power balance. Politics is basically sharing and shaping of power. That kind of power balance is not there in the case of unitary form of government. Then another important demerit of this unitary form of government is that slow government responses to local demands. Sometimes the unitary form of government neglects local demands, or they are not giving adequate importance to local demands. That kind of situation is there in so many unitary countries. Then Fissiparist tendencies, as a result of this lack of responses for local demands or slow government responses of local demands leads to Fissiparist tendencies or secession movements are there, may emerge because of the lack of adequate share in power. The major drawback of this unitary form of government is that it does not give people to get a chance to access to power, or they does not have a get adequate share in power. Because power sharing is not much possible in unitary form of government, because all the power is concentrated in a single hand or single authority. That kind of situation sometimes leads to regionalism or sub-regionalism or Fissiparist secessionist movements may emerge in countries which practicing this unitary form of government.